Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to an epic siege battle in 3rd Age Reforged. This is the Siege of the Grey Havens, and it is a 1 vs 1, and we have some elves defending the Grey Havens against the might of Isengard. So hopefully you do enjoy, and without further ado, let's take a look at the army comps. The one and only attacking army in today's battle is Isengard, and this is commanded by Emerald Minestar. And he's got a pretty tough job. It looks like he's got most of his units all going for one gate, which is, you know, it can be a bad plan, but it can be a good plan at the same time, because you don't want to spread out your forces too much. Being a 1v1, you know, in Medieval 2, you only have 20 units at your disposal, so you really don't want to have, like, 3 units going to each gate. But he is moving forward, so we will move ahead with the army comps. Looks like he's pushing a unit of Uruk-Hai on the ram, and he's got 2 units of catapults here, and he has 6 units of Uruk-Hai pikemen. He has a Lurtz's raiding party with Lurtz there as well, joining the battle, but he is not the general in this battle. We've also got the Guards of Orthanc with Saruman present. We have some Trolls of the White Hand, and these guys look really heavily armored. They will probably be able to do a lot of damage to my elves. And yeah, more pikemen, so like I said, 6 units. He's also got 2 units of the Uruk-Hai crossbows. And here is his general's bodyguard over here, Champions of the White Hand. And I think that would be his general right there on the end. And last but not least, he's got a unit of Uruk-Hai archers over here. So that is pretty much it for his army. So let's go ahead and take a look at the defenders. The defending army, which I am commanding, is the Lothlorien Elves, or the Elves of Lorien. And in the front lines here, I am looking to hold the gate, so I've got 2 units of these Sylvan Staffmasters. They're pretty cheap, but I do want them to soak up most of the enemy charge and enemy crossbow fire. Then I've got some Sindar Blade Masters right in behind there, 2-handed blades. I've got 2 units of Lothlorien Spears and Shield Wall here. I have a unit of Sindar Archers, catapult, and then the rest of my forces are kind of deployed in other areas of the battle, so we'll just run around and take a look at them. So I thought he would go to attack this gate as well, so I've got 2 units of Lothlorien archers here. I've also got 2 units of Lothlorien swordmasters, and I have a Galadrim nobles, and this is my general's bodyguard here as well. I've got 3 units of Lothlorien axes. And then for the town center defense, I have 4 units of Lothlorien blades. And that is it for my forces. So without further ado, let's get to the battle. Alright guys, welcome to the defense of the Grey Havens, and Emerald Minestar is trying to focus his catapults to my catapults, which is a smart decision. You want to try and get rid of Defender's artillery, because they can have the potential to get a ton of kills. I'm moving back my men here, because as you can see, he got a really decent hit there with his catapult on my Lothlorien spearmen. I'm setting up my forces here to hold the choke points, because again, I'm interested in holding these walls. I know that these arrow towers really don't have any benefit for me. They don't actually fire. As you can see, this unit of Uruk-Hai is pretty well defended here. But I want to hold these choke points. But I did not notice until a little bit too late that Emerald Minestar was rushing forwards his Trolls of the White Hand, kind of ready to soften up my little defense here that I've formed. You can see I've got this unit of Blade Masters to hold the left flank, this unit to hold the right flank, and then I've got this in the gate. But it looks like the ram is not even going to be used, and at the last second I realize this, and I have to rush my Sylvan Staffmasters over to fight against these Trolls of the White Hand. Here goes the first clash of the battle. Yeah, going right into the Blade Masters, knocking a lot of them down, but not killing them, which is good. But we've got the Uruk-Hai following right in behind, and these guys tear infantry apart. And actually, this was my first ever 3rd Age Reforged battle. I have played maybe 2 or 3 vanilla Third Age battles, and I've played a bit of Divide and Conquer, but I've never played Third Age Reforged before, so this was definitely interesting. But yeah, look at the trolls there. They are just cutting through my men. I believe I've got my unit of archers up over here. These Sindar archers, they're only a unit of 40, but they are powerful bowmen. And they're in a good position because they can fire right over top. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, you can see down there where they are, so they just have to fire right over these trees. However, I do prefer my archers to have a straightforward angle, so I will turn them on and off fire at will as need arises, basically. But yeah, we've got the battle here. I'm withdrawing these Sindar Blade Masters because I'm not doing much damage to the trolls. They've still got 9 out of 9 for their unit. Killing a couple of the Uruk-Hai. I believe they started with 49 though, or 50, so not really killing a lot of them. Meanwhile, my poor I don't even know where my Blade Masters are. Here they are. I didn't see how many they had left, but it's really not that much. Yeah, 6 infantry left. Just look at the bodies all on the ground. And with that, it looks like Emerald Minestar is moving forwards his pikemen. He's got 4 units coming forwards. And talking to him after the battle, he was planning on destroying this really light defense quickly because he saw on the map most of my army, like most of my best units, are in the town center and at the other gate. This was more of a lighter defense. These Lothlorien spears and my Blade Masters and the Sylvan Staff Masters are my cheapest infantry. I did move my catapult over to here to try and have a more protected angle to fire because the troll catapults can basically fire right down the street. So having them over here, it's a little bit protected by the mountain and the buildings. Plus, if he does try to fire on them, it's not really going to be that accurate. But here we go. We've got the pikemen coming into the battle now. So they are going to help give their infantry the edge. And we've got some pikemen moving through here unopposed as well. I've got my stakes down, though. The reason for that is because he does have a cavalry general, so it's going to make it a little bit difficult for him to try to get his general through here, especially since they didn't open the gate. He's going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering to get around that. But yeah, the Trolls of the White Hand, we've killed 2 of them so far, which is good. But the Sylvan Staff Masters here just getting slaughtered. I feel so bad for them right now. And the pikemen just helping out, pushing what's left of my infantry back up against the gate. Look at all the bodies on the ground. Those are pretty much all elves. That is rough. So yeah, it's not going good for me. He's killed 16% of my force, and I've killed 1% of his. So Isengard is doing quite well for themselves.
The enemy have taken them.
I've moved my catapult over once again. I wanted to try to get a good shot onto those trolls, because catapults, if you can hit 2 or 3 trolls at a time, that would be fantastic. But I've got my Blade Masters here. They're going to be the ones that are going to hold the first line of defense. I don't want to move my Lothlorien spears into this choke point yet, for fear of his catapult. But here they come. You can see the trolls are starting to run forwards. There goes the catapult. Yes, hitting a troll, bringing him down to the ground. Yeah, they are pretty clumped up here, so Emerald is going to have to rush forwards as quickly as possible to get his units into melee. And these Blade Masters here going to town on the pikemen. I was actually surprised at how well they were doing against the pike units. But now the Trolls of the White Hand are pushing forwards into the front lines. And I would be firing down this if I on this with my catapult. But as you can see, this whole area is really glitchy for pathfinding. I wasn't able to position it properly, and I put it on fire at will to try and get that, but then they just turned and started to fire over here at the troll catapult on this flank. You can see that Emerald is setting up his troll catapult to fire on mine. But I do not want them firing there. I want them firing into this little blob here. Here you go. You can hear the thunder of the catapults as they come in. Ooh, really close there. Actually hitting quite a few of my catapult crew as well. They're actually shaken. But yeah, you can see that that is just hopeless. It's not... I'm not going to get any kills on that troll catapult, so it needs to stop firing. I need it to fire into these pike units that are giving my Blade Masters a hard time. But luckily this tower here is blocking a lot of the fire from that troll catapult, which is excellent. But I've withdrew all of my units from the gates here. You can see I've got all of my Lothlorien archers, and I've got my Lothlorien sword masters here as well. So they are waiting for the call. I've also got my 3 units of Lothlorien axes up on this flank as well. And these guys look awesome. I love the modeling of these axemen. Really nicely done. I'm still keeping my units, my Galadriel nobles, and my Lothlorien blades in the town center, though. Because at this point, I don't know how this is going to go. I've lost a lot more men than he has. So there we go. I'm sending my Lothlorien spearmen in now. I tried to put them into shield wall, but then they formed this really tight formation, and I didn't really like that much. I would rather have them spread out to try and hold the choke point altogether. Oops. Yeah, see that tower again saving my catapults. So I'm trying to move them up onto this hillside here so that they can have more of a better shot. So they would be up here, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to get a decent shot. But there we go. You can see how these archers are getting a forwards-facing shot. So that's exactly what I want. They're firing right into the ranks of the trolls. And there go my Blade Masters as well. They're going to form up a secondary line, basically. I'm not going to charge them into melee because the spears, I think they do have this for now. What the heck? Sorry, I'm still working on my Medieval 2 camera. It's much different than Rome 2 or Attila, that's for sure, as far as the camera work goes. The trolls are looking pretty bloody, though, which is good to see. How many do they have left, these trolls? Can't even see them here. I don't know, I can't see, but I think they've got about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did they still have 9? No way, I killed some, I thought. No, they've got 7. Okay. Apparently. Here we go, though. We've got Lurtz's hunting pack coming in. And Emerald Minestar said that these guys are pretty good, this hunting pack. They do some work, so I'm focusing them down with my Sindar archers. Only 40 in the unit, so they're not a big unit, but usually the smaller units are the ones that are most elite, like the Uruk-Hai. And see, yeah, they're firing right into my Lothlorien blades, which I did not like. Especially because it's 24% to 17%. So I am killing a decent amount of him, but I've lost a quarter of my army already. And there we go. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to allow my Blade Masters to get killed like that, and I'm going to charge them right into melee. So next line moving in. And again, my catapult, you can see how glitchy they're being over here, but luckily we did rout this pike unit here. 57 men still in the unit, and they are routing off the battlefield. And there we go. I'm starting to use my flaming shot because I've got the catapult coming over here, so I want to try and get rid of this catapult as quickly as possible because they're just going to destroy my lines and also probably get rid of my catapult. I don't know if the catapults have the same amount of attack But these catapults are much larger than my catapults, so I was pretty worried about them. But I'm getting some direct hits, like, right into the catapult, but it doesn't seem to be really doing any damage. More pikemen moving in. Unit of 123 there. I'm getting some good kills on the catapult crew, which is good. But again, I think they only need 9 to run all 3 of these catapults, so it's going to take some work. Don't let them fire. There we go, coming in. Bam! One of the catapults destroyed. And that's a nice shot there on the crew. Still firing down with my fire arrows into this. They are shaken, though. Down to 25 men already. When they had just got here. That is terrifying to see all that flaming shot coming down like that. There goes another one. It's just this one that's kind of hidden behind the tree. And luckily, I think this tree may be blocking the line of fire here. And there we go, it's gone. Yes. So that entire troll catapult destroyed. So bad luck there for Emerald Minestar. He does have one more, though, that's coming up. So he still has the potential to turn that around. But now we've got the Guards of Orthanc in here. They're a little bit spread out, though, which is good to see. They aren't able to push as far in. So I might be able to get some decent shots with my catapult here. There we go. Huge hits on the Guards of Orthanc. Oh, man. That is a really elite unit, too. Down to 50 men. And they're winding up for another go here. Let's watch it from this perspective. Oh, man. Just ripping through the pikemen. Look how many were killed there. And barely any friendly fire. I got 2 or 3, I think, of my own units. Yeah, I was sweating this entire battle. This is insane, but yet another huge hit by the catapult. And you can see my lines, I'm just shooting it right over my lines, so it's pretty much perfect. As far as this positioning, finally getting it into a decent position. However, well done by Emerald Minestar there with Lurtz's hunting pack, focusing down my catapult crew. They're down to 20 men as well, so I'm going to have to be careful with that. I have a feeling another shot is going to be coming, though. Yep, huge hit there. Oh, man, if I was these pikemen, I would be terrified. I'd be trying to get out of there. But yeah, here comes the next catapult. It's just same old story. More and more hits on the pikemen. My Lothlorien archers have used up their ammo now, so they're going to be sent into melee. Sounds like we've got the rally horn coming in, so we've got some Uruk-Hai crossbowmen coming forwards here. 2 units. And, or does he have 3? Oh, looks like he has 3. My apologies. I think I said 2 at the beginning there.
The battle is very much
or maybe he has 4, actually.
will be ours.
Unless this is maybe the same unit, 93, 93. Could be. Not really sure, but he's got a unit of Uruk-Hai archers over here that still haven't moved in. We've got the champions of the White Hand sitting just outside. Well done to Emerald, noticing that the stakes were down. I thought I'd be able to get his general there. But here we go. We've got some of the Lothlorien axes coming down this way because it's pretty apparent that he isn't going to attack any of the other flanks. But just look at the bodies. This is where the Uruk-Hai bodies start to stack up. And it looks like they're facing the wrong way, some of them. They're struggling to find a good position against my Lothlorien swordmasters here. But over here, I've emptied my entire city. I've got my 4 units over here of Lothlorien blades, and they are moving forwards to flank around and end this battle. The balance of power is now within my favor. 50% of the Uruks have been slain to 36% of mine. So I've got my 4 units of Lothlorien blades moving forwards here. You can see them rushing through the trees. Oh, a couple of them getting hit, though. I don't think Emerald Minestar was aware of this. However, they do start with Fire at Will on and Skirmish mode on. So as soon as I got close, they do start to run away, which was a little bit annoying. But they are focusing me down quite well. I'm only running with 1 unit against them. The other units are going to be flanking around to the others, like flanking around, trying to kill that general and get rid of Lurtz's hunting pack. They've also got a lot of their crossbows here that haven't really used much of their ammo yet. There goes 2 of my catapults destroyed, though, by this other troll catapult. You can see them there. I did get 1 of them, though. And, ooh, really close hit there. Come on, catapult. Don't fail me now. I think Lurtz's hunting pack's still focusing my catapult crew, too. I'm down to 8, but luckily, because 2 of these are destroyed, I only need, I think, 3 in my catapult crew. And now they're facing the opposite direction. I think that's because my units are over here. Yeah, see, firing at the gate, but that's not going to work. And his crossbows are kind of spread out over here. The champions of the White Hand over here will notice just in time the Lothlorien blades coming down here. And see, they do try to... I'm not sure if they try to escape at first, or if I just catch them. Looks like I just catch them, but yes, we've got the general in melee now. And we're forcing these crossbows back inside the city here, so just closing the jaws on them. And there we go. Champions of the White Hand are trying to escape. And what I thought at this point was that that actually works for me. What I'm going to try and do is just get inside the city and behind the stakes so that he won't be able to follow us. And then it's pretty much game over at that point. So you can see I'm quickly trying to rush my units in. Unfortunately, some of the Uruk-Hai crossbowmen blocked me, and now we've got the general coming in behind and slaughtering my poor elves as they move forwards. So yeah, now the flankers become the flanked, basically. Look at my Lothlorien blades, they're shaken against this unit. Down to 45 men, they're just slaughtering my units. And that sounded like another catapult being destroyed. Yes, my catapult taking out 5 out of the 6 of Emerald's catapults. So, and now I'm going to silence it for good with my unit of Lothlorien blades that came in through the gate. So they will not be able to fire anymore. And no matter, there you go. All 6 of them destroyed by this catapult. This catapult is going to be inlaid in gold and set up in the halls of the Grey Havens. The hero of the battle. And look at this, we've got pikemen who are routing, but they are just sitting here. They've accepted their fate. There's nowhere to run. Way over here, you can see I finally caught the unit of Uruk archers, and we're fighting them in melee now, but they ran us all the way to the red line, which is really annoying. And yeah, so it looks like it is going to be a victory. So my first victory in Third Age Reforged, I was really happy with that. 82% of the enemies are killed to 48% of the attackers. However, I will say for Emerald Minestar, I think the money was... He had 22,000 and I had 17,000, so we had a 5,000 advantage. So I don't know if that's enough with the elves. Like, maybe the elves are just too OP. Like I said, I don't really play this that often, so I'm not sure what would be, like, fair and even. So maybe I should have had, like 15 or 14 to, and then, or maybe if I had, like, 15 and then given him, like, 25 or 26. Because for the Uruks, they're more underpowered than the elves. So I think they need a lot more, especially if they're being attackers. So it's probably my bad. I probably didn't give him enough money, but... Because usually I think when I used to play Medieval 2 for a 1v1, I would give 5,000 advantage. 5 to 7,000 advantage. But there we go. We've got the champions of the White Hand, pretty much the last to hold out in this battle. They could retreat, but they have decided not to. They're going to fight and die here. And look at the pile of elves here. All these blue capes were slaughtered by the general's bodyguard. And there's my flag bearer there as well. You can hear, there's my general. He just put out his rally horn there, the Galadrian nobles. And we're going to fire into the backs of this general here. And get him off the battlefield for good. And the general, this is the one. This is the general over here, I do believe. He's pretty bloodied up, but he continues to fight on. Just look at all my elves here. %92% to 57%, so he did quite well. He killed 60% of my army. Oh, he's tried to put out his rally horn here. Man, he is just cutting down elves left and right. Now he's just being knocked back constantly. And he is the last one. As you can see, he is the last one still alive. What a brave general. And there we go. And that is pretty much the battle, guys. Look at the cheer of the Lothlorien elves. Huzzah. And if you're wondering why the battle hasn't ended yet, it's just because we have to wrap up the rest of these archers over here. So there's a little bit of its own battle over here. Come on, take down those flag bearers. There we go. There goes the captain. And the flags of the White Hand fall.
Awed by the victory we have won here today.
And the Grey Havens is safe for another day. And there we go, clear victory. So yeah, I have had about half my army left. Meanwhile, most of Emerald Minestar's army was destroyed. But like I said, if I do play any more 3rd Age Reforged, or if you guys want to comment down below if you think that the elves need to have less money than 5,000, because I do honestly think that that is the case. Their units are really expensive. Like my Galadrian nobles was like 1,500, so they're not cheap, but I still was able to get almost a full army, if not a full army, with 17,000. So maybe having 15,000 and then he having like 22 to 23, so like a 7 to 8k advantage, maybe that would have been a little more fair. But looking at the kills, my Sindar archers 147 there, Lothlorien swordmasters 128. Lothlorien blades 125. My catapult 274 kills in like a 15-minute span. That is not too bad. And 107 Sindar blade masters. So well done there. And my Galadrian nobles only killing 6, but that was 6 out of the general's bodyguard because I used him at the very end. But that is it, guys. So hopefully you did enjoy this battle. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And I will see you in the next one.